skip town, see my wrist drown. Everybody wanna me for benefits now, man. I wish my.
What is good, everybody? My name's the Coaster King, and today I'm going to be talking about a 5-year plan for Six Flags New England, as well as what I think the new rides are going to be coming up in the near future. This park has a lot of potential and a lot of rumors surrounding it for the near future of a possible launch coaster, and I'm just definitely going to address those rumors as well as what rides I think are going to come within the near future. So for 2021, I already had this explanation in a separate video. I think it's going to be a matte racer slides. All signs right now point to Supergirl, their no Zamperla Endeavor opening in 2020. It's still on the new for 2020 page on their website. So I do think that's going to open for 2020 and not be pushed back to 2021. And assuming that doesn't happen, it doesn't get pushed back to 2021, I think the new ride is going to be a matte racer slides into the water park. If you want to see a more full analysis on that, you can go check out my other video on it. As for 2022, I think we're going to see the removal of the Blizzard River. This is their river rapid rides, and it's just overall not that popular anymore. It's kind of run down. It doesn't look as good as it used to, and I think it can be definitely replaced with a Power Splash. I think the Power Splash is obviously a much better replacement to this ride, and at this point it is a launch coaster, so that it'll fill that gap in the lineup in New England, as well as provide that water ride that the guests are looking for. Six Flags New England does have a very nice water park, so necessarily having another water attraction is not like a big hole in the lineup, but it's just another coaster to add to the lineup, especially filling the launch gap hole. And I feel like the Blizzard River just doesn't make sense to keep there for an extended period of time. The popularity is declining, the looks of it declining, and it's just definitely not going to be as good of an attraction in the coming years as a Power Splash would be. For 2023, I think they're going to get general park improvements as well as new Superman trains. New Six Flags in general is definitely going to be still taking a huge hit on the revenue in these next couple of years, just because the whole coronavirus situation. So in general, the attractions and the additions are not going to be as big as they normally would. I know I just put in a Power Splash, but that's not too expensive. But overall, I was thinking that with the Power Splash, right after, New England's going to have to kind of level it out with a smaller attraction to save money in the parks in general. So I think that's why they're just going to add in some basic park improvements, maybe some new restaurants, and as well as new Superman trains. I mean, maybe this is like a $8 million addition in total, not too much, and that's just a good budget cut for the park. In 2024, I see a flat ride package similar to some of the other parks. What I'm hoping at least, is it's going to be a group of 3 different flats or 2 or 3 different flats, not just one tilt-a-whirl. I know some Six Flags parks have gotten a group of the flats. One that rings a bell is over Texas. They got like a group of 3 flats a couple of years ago, and I know New England has, I think, 2 of those. But still, the idea is that with those flats, it's just going to be in a package group, and they're going to come in a group, hopefully. As for what flats, I don't think they're going to be too thrilling. Maybe one of those air flying rides, or possibly maybe I'm not even too sure, to be completely honest. Maybe like I was saying before, a tilt-a-whirl. Maybe they put their scrambler over there, or the rodeo ride. They replace it and put it over there. But this year is gonna be another off year for the park. They're not gonna get too much in general. But what I do also see happening is the removal of both Goliath and Flashback. Goliath, I think, is not too upkept in maintenance, and the reason I say that is because it's always down. From my personal experiences, it's not too popular. It's a rough ride, and it's just not as good as it should be. It's taking up a huge plot of land, and it's kind of right in a perfect spot that can be a nice roller coaster, and they would definitely look a lot better than Goliath. Goliath is honestly just there because it looks decently cool, but it's just not a good ride. It's always closed, and it's probably costing the park a lot in maintenance just because of how bad it is. As for Flashback is another ride that's old, not too popular. I don't see it down too often, but once again, it's just not a popular ride. It's been there forever, and there's literally a boomerang right next to it. These boomerangs are getting taken out from all parks across the country, so I think this New England's just going to be another one there. In 2025, I finally see the big launch coaster coming. What I'm thinking is that the Premier Rides launch coaster, kind of like Max Force. I don't want to go on the limit and say that it's like West Coast Racers. I feel like that's too big. I think Max Force would be a perfect addition for the plot of land that Flashback and Goliath took up. Once again, so New England has a huge spacing issue where they don't have too much space to expand their park. So really the only land they'll have at this point, based on what I removed earlier, was the Goliath and Flashback areas. So I think it's going to be something like Max Force, a smaller Premier Rides launch coaster. That's just going to be a good ride for the park and further fill that gap of the launch coaster. I think with this new coaster and the Superman and Wicked Cyclone, this park's going to have an elite top three that can honestly compete with any other park in the world. Um, I think this is going to be a huge addition for the park and just honestly round out the lineup, in my opinion, and push it to be an elite Six Flags park. Um, Another thing, possibility that I see is that everything gets pushed back a year. So starting at the removal of Blizzard River 2022, I think it's possible that everything gets pushed back one year, and in the middle they add nothing, or they add something like another small park improvements or another show just to recover from the coronavirus. However, I'm not too sure how long this epidemic is going to hurt the theme park industry. So we're gonna have to take a wait and see approach as to see if I think that's gonna be the reality. But for now, I'm gonna leave the years and attractions where they are. That's it. So for now, just let me know in the comment section what parks or videos you want me to do next. Thank you guys for watching and be good.
I'ma skip town, see my wrist drown. Everybody wanna me for benefits now, man. I wish